Okay, great. Welcome everyone. Does anyone have a preference for whether we look at the pull request in the browser or from command line?
Oh,
I was just looking from the command line. Actually, I was actually just taking a quick view of like the root POM in Servlet, and I built it and just was looking at some of the common elements and looking at things like, oh, where and how is shrink wrap used, and so kind of like drilling into those kinds of things. I see Scott, yeah, you're here. Do you have a preference for how we go through this? Because yeah.
Well, the one starting point I wanted to see is how you switch from the legacy Java test servlet vehicle to the Archelian framework. I mean, how was that switch done?
we can take maybe in the browser we can watch that, because so I usually get all the classes, all the tests, they are all named like URL client or something.
Yep.
And for each classes, I just look at the build.xml and created like by code the equivalent in Archelian. It's a very manual work, so it took time, and then there is something else which was a bit tricky, is the legacy framework, or legacy, it still works, but is using like some Javadoc annotation and some inheritance as well. So it means there is like a very top class with all the tests, and some URL client child classes. They do not inherit, they shouldn't run all the tests from the parent classes, and they should run only the tests with the annotation. So I had because I changed my mind a few times on that. So yeah, it's very manual work. Honestly, it was not very something easy to have automation.
Should I open up my shell and just show you what I was just looking at?
Yeah, or maybe an IDE or something.
Where's the pull request? Do we have the link in there in the notes?
Don't think
here.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is. I think it's probably easier to have a look in IDE.
IDE, okay.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And do you want to? I mean, if you want to share your screen and do it, and then
yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Let me see.
I was just using VI, and that's probably not as.
Might be a bit tricky, but if you.
I grep for shrink wrap. I opened up all the different test clients while you're getting things going. I'll just talk for. There's all the test clients classes. We used to, in the old TCKs, our current TCK, seeing various test clients, and I just saw that they all have like shrink wrap in them directly, and then they have what looks like the current code in the test client class. Just an observation, but okay, here we go.
Yeah, so if you look at that one, I will take this one. So I didn't change any name, I would like, but maybe we can do it later, because all the tests, I still have the name, this name, URL client. Well, we can still use the package name. So I just like for each, I had a look at the build.xml and say, okay, it does this class, this class, this class, and just manually change that and creating that one. It's pretty simple. And there is this, the problem is I need to find a better one. So I just add the annotation for arrobas test for all the tests to be run. What I did, there is something else. Oh my God, sometimes it's so, I did long time ago now. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yeah, that's pretty. That's yeah, yeah. I use the same archive name as it was previously, so I don't have to change the context root. What I did is yeah, abstract. Yeah, I didn't touch everything. I mean, it's yeah. So it's now it is here. It's still Maven module. So it depends on the parent project. Something we can discuss is to get rid of common HTTP client. Maybe in a later time. So it just generates a jar, and I can show you how we run it with the JD project. Here I have I can put you the link. It's yeah, it is this project. I don't know where to put the link. We can reorganize then, but
Yeah, anywhere is good, right? You know, you can start, do it as part of the pull request review underneath there.
oh,
I might need
I
to.
don't know. Oh, doesn't want to paste. Okay.
Let's see. It won't let you.
Well, I can add it.
Into chat, okay. And
Keyboard shortcuts, or yeah, put it in chat and then
yeah, I will
we
leave
can
it here.
copy it.
That's it. So here, that's the project we use at JD. So it's we usually have because we are writing a new version of JD, JT12. So it runs with we have like E9, E8, E9, E10. So with the TCK, it's more the E10 version. That is running almost every day here. That's the Jenkins jobs. Running. Okay. Running. I mean the new. New servlet TCK. So just to give you an idea, it takes 13 minutes to run. And we use the Archelian embedded JD. And we have the current TCK, I mean I would say the legacy one, which take like an hour, more than an hour. So it makes a big difference for us. So you can have a look at the yeah, this one. And the good point with this is here, I have this project, the TCK, the new one running with Archelian. I can even know run it in my IDE and debug the servlet container if it's an embedded one.
Yeah, so this is really just focused on replacing the client side creation of the artifact. So you didn't even have to mess around with the Java test vehicles at all, right?
I don't think. What is the vehicle? What do you mean with that? That's something I didn't understand really.
Yeah, the actual running of the test is just has nothing to do with the legacy vehicle architecture.
Ah,
It looks like. So that's great. That's one part I was worried about. Now you're showing it doesn't matter at all.
okay.
You basically just created the test artifacts.
Yes.
From the existing Java test classes, just getting rid of the Java test stuff and replacing it with
Yeah.
JUnit
Yeah.
Billion.
It is just an artifact with all the JUnit.
Yeah. Okay.
And to run it in the I have like this separate Maven project, and in the Surefire configuration, you can just add. Where is that here? So I have my TCK, the new TCK artifact, which is declared like here, and in the Surefire configuration, I tell Surefire to here to scan the dependency. So it just goes. It doesn't scan only the class path like the target test classes, but it will scan the annotation from the artifact. So that's it. If we move WebSocket or JSP or whatever as well, it's just a matter of adding a new line.
Right. Okay. All right. This is great.
And in my pull request, there is already like this Glassfish runner in the source tree at the moment. So I added the Servlet TCK as well to run with Glassfish. At the moment, it's running Glassfish 6.2.5, which is I'm not sure if it's the correct version. I just wanted to have something like nothing depending on any implementation, like something very neutral in the matter of the TCK. So there is no like code, proprietary code in the TCK now. But I have no idea what is the Glassfish version to try now.
I think it would be
try some
7.
Yeah. So yeah, okay. I try something like 7, but the Archelian doesn't like it. The current I couldn't find very like new Archelian with the Glassfish 7. Yeah.
See, I can get you. Yeah. So there's a Glassfish Archelian integration in the platform TCK as well, so we can see what the version is there. But
okay.
see. But I posted into chat just what the Servlet vehicle looks like currently as well. If anyone wants to.
Because yeah, sorry.
This is the entire Servlet TCK test suite.
Yeah.
So the Servlet TCK is a standalone Servlet TCK. But I mean, you did the whole. It's in the case of Servlet, it would be you know, I don't think you left anything out from the platform TCK Servlet folder, right? Or maybe you did. Maybe you left out some EJB and other tests.
I transform like what I did exactly is might be my branch. Better to watch my branch. There are still a few things here in common. But yeah, I remove a bit of the AGB thing, and there is something else. Yeah, the Glassfish TCK. It's I remove the classes and put it in a command in a new folder, but it's commented. It's not active.
So the Glassfish deployment descriptors and integration.
Yeah, there was
code.
something like very Glassfish specific, so I
Yep.
couldn't really migrate that. And I still have I wanted to show you something here. So if I run the current code on my branch with Glassfish 6.2, I have it running here. There is like 62 failures, but it's like E10, not Glassfish 6.2 is probably E8 or E7.
Could be E9.
Okay, so there are failure on the test. I don't really know, but if I compare, in terms of Jetty, if I compare, oh, not this one, TCK. This is the current TCK. So you got in our new code GD12 we have 30 failure, and with the refactoring I did, we have this almost the same number of failure. So I still have like, we got 5 failure I need to investigate because there is a gap between the that's it. That's something I need to investigate, those 5 failure. I think there is something regarding cookie.
I would expect there's a lot of, you have to roll in a lot of the JT, TSE, whatever that's called, the Java test environment settings. It seems like you'd be missing those. Because system properties and stuff that end up affecting the test or getting bundled in the deployment artifacts that could affect this as well. But yeah, this is great. So now that I just glanced at it before, but now I understand what you're doing, I'll take a deeper look. But yeah, this is great because it shouldn't have much or if anything to do with the whole vehicle stuff.
I think the vehicle stuff, like let's assume that the current structure
Unless
is.
I'm not understanding the vehicle stuff. That's still a possibility.
But I was just going to say, for the platform, for the platform TCK aspects of running other technologies with Servlet, that can be a platform, like this is kind of like equivalent to the standalone Servlet TCK, maybe plus some more or not, I'm not sure. But for the other vehicles where the Servlet tests are running against EJB and app client and what have you, that's kind of like a separate, builds on top of this integration. But like the way those vehicles are replaced, could be similar. But it just just the EJB shrink wrap and all that isn't in here. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, well, the vehicle stuff is still in here, so then I need to figure out how this. I mean, Scott, do you know in the current Java test-based framework, when it calls into the client, is the vehicle the receiving end of the test invocation on the embedded on the container side? Because that's how it works with Archillion, and so is that actually how the vehicles are used?
So for each test has like the vehicle reference, and the vehicle kind of just is like this, like, kind of looks like, has like finders, and looks for the tests to run. So there's like, kind of like it enumerates through finding all the tests for the, what it's doing, and like kind of like it. So it initializes the vehicle, and the vehicle kind of like, deals with just doing, like initialization, boilerplate stuff, that just so that it doesn't get, so it's not redundantly, duplicated everywhere. Yeah. So yeah, and then there's like a really deep layer of, of elegant code that just does a lot of a lot of things, discovery of what to do and what to run. But the vehicles are all pretty small. But
that one, so I'm just looking at the connector vehicle runner code in the PR, which has all been converted to, just use, basically it's just using logging and then standard Java URLs to make connections to the endpoints, and it's pulling in the properties for the web server host port, etc. Looks like from the runtime environment. So I mean, here this vehicle just looks like a client.
oh, and under common, I see it now. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's probably unchanged. That's just, so common has a lot of the current TCK code, and it contains anything that needed to change so far for, but so part of it is unchanged. Let me just see if anything is referencing that. I doubt it's being referenced from the Servlet TCK now, but just see. Yeah, so it's just common. So there's just one common, other common class in connector servlet. There's the connector servlet vehicle runner that runs that. Let me just see what touches that, but that's just, I think that's just legacy code. I don't think we're using any of that now. Yeah, just more common. Wanted to get rid of common, but at least from from the point of not sharing common code throughout all the different TCKs. But I mean, we'll see, what we can do. It's fine that we're using it, now, and I just don't know if, if we'll, be able to not use it, but
I have to trace through how this is getting called.
yeah, I don't think it, well, we can look at the old code, but yeah, but I mean, the old TCK, but I don't think anything's calling it from the new TCK. Sorry, from the refactor branching. I mean, but I can't say I went too deep.
Well, I say we
okay.
merged it. So
I mean,
what,
yeah, sorry.
does this, how much of the refactor branch? So it's just a little common JSP. So there's a little bit of common.
Oh yeah, that's still there. Yeah.
Here's a common, but the majority is under the circular.
Yeah, so I posted a link in the chat. There's like a main, the vehicle runner factory kind of has a get vehicle runner method that, checks to see what the vehicle type is, and, has a case for like EJB, servlet, JSP, stateless, stateful, app manage no transaction, and other all, EJB light and all other things as well. So it's kind of like I think like a root.
Run test direct. All right. So what's stopping us from merging this?
So I was what I didn't really say before, but I was going to say anything we merge into the TCK refactor branch is like, is it's work in progress, and we're collectively working on completing TCKs, but we have a lot of work to do. So it's not like we're near an end of a release and we expect that, hey, if we merge this, we're gonna, we can't make further changes. So I don't see any reason not to merge it. I was just trying to be respectful of the servlet leads to give them a chance to give feedback, and that may not have been clear to everyone, but which is something I've always have done in the past. And
yeah, the thing is, I make a try to run Tomcat as well. I started like a project. Where is that? Let me figure out. Servlet Tomcat. Yeah. I created a project like how can you run this? How can you run this new with Tomcat? But I have some issue with the current Archelian integration, Archelian implementation of Tomcat. So yeah, and I don't have really big time to go deep to it. So yeah, I'm suppose it should be right. Yeah.
Now I can take a look at trying to run this against Wildfly. So
I can put them. So the Servlet push review.
would you run against Wildfly or Undertow? I mean, either one. I mean, Wildfly would be great.
What do we usually use? We just use Undertow?
Well, I think usually just servlet implementations run against it. But I mean, a Wildfly runner to run these tests would be great. I mean, that sounds great. I just wanted to.
That's the thing we tested most in the EE10, because that, because we updated it we updated the Wildfly runner.
Yeah. Yep. We just don't, I think the Undertow project may have run against the Servlet TCK directly before. I just, I don't know.
Well, it's not a big deal.
Okay.
Take a look at it.
But I mean, that would be, I think running against Wildfly would be great. Yeah, it sounds terrific.
I guess the only thing I guess I would double check the changes to the common modules and see how that would impact the other. Actually, just though. So have you built, does this branch at least build the, everything outside this TK?
It built. I use a command like let me show you this. It is running. It's like where is that? Here. Okay, the command. So TCK 12. Yeah, if you look at this, what I'm doing is I will paste here. I passed in the meeting chat.
Oh, okay.
I can pass link in the Google Doc. I don't know why. But a full build, I think it's a full build works.
Okay.
Well, there are a few modules which need to be activated by a profile.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you want to build only the servlet, it's like you can use the command I post in the meeting chat.
Alright, so I'll paste those in. Let's see.
There is still something to install manually because there are like an artifact. What's the name? It's called Java test something, which is a bit, yeah.
That there's still a dependency on that somehow.
Yeah, a very old dependency, like the old legacy framework. So before building the servlet, you need to run. I can maybe paste it here. No, I can't paste. Oh, that's strange. Okay, I will paste this in the meeting chat. So here, it's like the old Java test jar. So because I didn't remove for the legacy framework for everything, you still need this jar,
Sure,
which
sure.
is not available in Maven Central. So you need to install manually.
Okay. Well, yeah, then.
Well, I still have to figure out for tests why they are failing in the in this branch and not in the main branch. So
Yeah, there's no problem leaving it the PR open for now as we look at it. But yeah, I definitely want to take and build it and trying to get it running on Wildfire or Undertow.
yeah.
The whole branch. I mean, if you go to the root, it builds fine as well.
Okay. Well, that all right. This is good. I guess I'm not. So, I guess I'm not. I don't understand how the vehicles are still being used. I mean,
They're not.
well, I'm not. It's not clear. Is there still a vehicle here? I mean,
Well,
in the main, the legacy TCK version, is there another servlet vehicle class that would be in there that would be getting invoked?
I mean, there would be this. I haven't really gone, stepped through it, but the servlet vehicle link that we posted before. Let me see. So yeah, let me just post the link, and I think see. So, oops, sorry. So legacy servlet TCK. So I'll say I think under the platform TCK, at least, maybe, no, actually, I guess it would be, yeah, I guess it would be I think in both cases, actually, yeah. I think that would be used in the servlet standalone TCK as well. Yeah.
And this class isn't in your branch, right?
It is in the branch, and we basically,
the PR.
Yeah, it's in the it's in the PR, but I think it may already be in the I think it may have been already in what we already had merged to the TCK refactor branch, which Ollie helped. And others as well, but that was like the big effort just to get to get a base going and multi-module.
This is just a servlet. Okay. So this has to be what the test or the client side is invoking on against. It's just a servlet.
What mostly what I've been doing would be I would like look at the I would download the legacy TCK just to really see what is in there, and I'll just post a link for that. So if we download the legacy TCK, which I'll do, and we can just take a quick peek at what the vehicles in there. And that's kind of like, you can kind of, you can look at the platform TCK and see what it seems to be doing. But if you unzip an actual TCK, and let me share my oops, let me share my window and let's see, share screen. I think that would be it. Right there. Share. And if I do a find for star, vehicle star.java. Okay, that's not too much. So maybe we don't have that class, that vehicle class in here.
Yeah, because it wouldn't make sense because it's just a servlet, which would mean it would be what the clients are evoking against. But if you're using Archelion, you should be relying on the, its protocol invoker to call its entry point to the server side. So it wouldn't make sense that way. This would still exist. That servlet runner, that servlet vehicle. So you're gonna have to drill into this when I look at the Wildfly integration.
But
maybe play with it a little bit. Play with your PR.
So
try and get this merged.
You can see there's not very much, really there in the in terms of that's odd. Why isn't there more sources than that? I was just looking at the Servlet 5.0 standalone TCK that's generated from the platform. Oh, sorry, I left out the COM folder. Okay, that's I just want to make sure I didn't miss that when I was searching for. No, that was. But oops, TS test. And okay, so signature tests of course as well. So and some JSP and common and servlet. Okay, but no vehicles. I bet there's some standalone TCKs that do use vehicles. But I couldn't say for sure. I really haven't looked at the vehicles much. They just work and do their job for the legacy. So.
No, this is good. So I certainly understand what you've done. I think there's just some question as to exactly what if then those vehicles are used anyway. Like, so for example, if we went to, well, so do we have any tests that that embed EJBs in servlets?
Oh, sure. Let's see.
Those are in the EJB module.
Yeah, let me just share again and
yeah, there might be. Yeah, I don't know.
See. go in either direction. So EJB. Oops, actually, grep. So there's a looks like EJB under servlet being used. So if we look back at the when we were looking at the install directory before under other the vehicles properties, most of the in the platform TCK, for each technology, pretty much all of the other technologies are used. And let's see, oops, just get back into that install.
Actually, it looks like just from the packaging, it's probably just that you have EJBs in a war. Not so much that you're trying to link them into or embed them in a servlet or inject them into a servlet.
So this is the platform TCK vehicles listing, and we can kind of this kind of gives a almost better overview of the technologies used in the different areas, and like even like for EJB Lite, you can just as you can see the JSP, the servlet technology being used, and of course EJB embedded.
Packaging as a water.
Oops, let's see.
All right, so vehicles, there's still a to be determined issue, but
yeah, I mean, isn't it like, so we have the shrink wrap code to bring in, like if you package it up different, I guess, different aspects into like into like the say, like if into a jar or war, you kind of have one common shrink wrap code bit that's kind of like crossing over the different kinds of servlet and EJB and what have you. So yeah, there's an integration question there, but it's probably something new that we would do, and more than trying to keep the whatever the current legacy stuff, because I just find the legacy TCK does so much, and we don't need everything that it does, so we can either port it and bring it over, migrate it and remove what we don't need, or do something new. I don't know which it will be easier, but I guess we'll figure that out.
A lot of what it does is obviated by being able to run the unit test within an IDE these days, because I mean effectively that's a lot of what its features were designed around, is to be able to create a new set of tests to run in their IDE, their interface, which nobody uses anymore. So I mean, as long as we can get a JUnit artifact that you can embed into an IDE, then that solves problems. But anyway,
that'll be interesting.
So thanks for going over this. And do you pronounce your name Olivier or?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm a French native based in Australia, so.
Okay.
But so I'm used to not my real name anymore.
Okay.
So it turns to Oliver, or Australian usually say Oli, because they like shortening everything here.
I appreciate it. Appreciate the effort. Appreciate this PR. That's great.
It helped us a lot on the JD project. So I think I still have a bit of work to do, and maybe I will like to fix those 3-4 different states, and maybe when it's ready, put a comment. And I'd like to do more on that, more cleaning, but we can do it afterward, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. There are a lot of work to do on that, and I'm not sure what's the next step because we have so many. Personally, I will more focus on servlet container part, like WebSockets or JSP or EL, because it's what we use in Jetty.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I want to do the AGB things or whatever.
Yeah. No.
And anything that you don't want to do, like EJB, and this isn't being recorded, by the way.
Yeah.
Someone will do that. I was trying to say before, we kind of have, yeah. So this is kind of like the standalone Servlet TCK equivalent of covering that need. There should be work that follows on to cover what we needed as the last bit of the release, which is validating that at least one platform implementation works. And we hope to get to that early, but yeah, there's a ton of work to get there. And but you don't, like, if that's something you don't want to do what you want to do, and we want to find people who also want to do the things that you don't want to do. But Scott was saying it earlier in the call, we need to understand the roadmap better of how, the recipe of how to do this, and this is really useful, so we can find those other people.
Like, one thing I'd like to I guess keep this branch open until you find like one of those, one of the reasons for that discrepancy of 4 tests. Because I would bet there's some missing configuration type element that's sitting in an ANT file or one of those ts.jpg files that didn't get rolled in for, because it's easy to miss. It's like, if you could identify one of those, and then we know what that is, then it would be more straightforward just to merge this, and we'll clean it up as we go along.
Yeah, agree. Anyway, if we merge this one, we will merge it to the TCK refactor branch, so it's not very master or what. It's just another refactoring branch. So
yeah, true.
Yeah. The tests are probably like a missing slash at the context or something somewhere. It's probably something very trivial.
I didn't hear what you said, Scott, about what you want to wait for before we merge. But
so he said there's a discrepancy between Jetty running against the EE10 TCK.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to get this clean before to have at least the same number of failures.
Yeah, exactly. At least know what the cause is.
I think I have identified. I know for 2, and I need to do the rest.
So once we get that, then we're ready. We're ready to merge. I think and the pull request is ready to merge to the TCK refactoring. But tidying that up, I think would be good and helpful for for others who. But I was going to also plug. Once this is merged, then the follow-on pull requests will be a lot smaller and easier to review.
WebSocket, I'm not sure. WebSocket might be big.
That's certainly the concern. So the only other thing that could potentially be done is, is there any way to script any of that manual work that you had to do to go through and, extract what the test artifact included in it? Because I was actually talking about this problem that he's unrolled in the morning call, because that was the concern, is that you have layers that are adding to the definition of the current test artifact, that, doesn't match how Archillian wants to see it. So, that's what that's the manual step that he had to do, which is, not trivial. So that to be, I don't know if there's any way that we can try and script it, with Python magic or, something like that. So, now, but what I've seen, now that I've seen what you've done, I was going to take a look, and is there any way that we can at least identify a pattern, because I'm gonna start on a wiki for this migration.
Maybe we can, the problem is to translate the build.xml.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem.
Java line, few lines of Java code. So, not sure. Yeah, I need to look more at this. Maybe there is a way, but I'm not sure really.
Yeah, let someone take one to look at. But yeah, it's a great start. All right, we're out of time.
Thanks.
Appreciate your
Thanks a
time.
lot. Appreciate the effort.
Thank you.
Right,
Thanks,
bye-bye.
everyone. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Cheers.
Bye.